So as the semester draws to a close, it's time to reflect on CIS 112. So this is my CIS 112 reflection video. I would definitely recommend this course to people who have fulfilled their criteria to do so in high school. At UK, you can complete this course in a semester, whereas other people are doing it in two. So that's great. And then you're also working with students who are just like you, academically minded or advanced students in high school, so everyone's around the same ability level. But my favorite part of this course was definitely the Talk Like TED book that you're required to buy at the beginning of this course. It was around $20, and I felt like it was worth a lot more than that. I didn't really know what TED Talks were coming into CIS 112. I think I'd at least heard about them, but I wasn't sure exactly what they were. And reading that book really inspired me to look up some TED Talk videos and see what they're all about. And I found out that they're all about different things. And I was so interested in every single video that I watched. I probably watched close to about 100 TED Talks since the beginning of this year. And I don't know, it kind of changed my life in a way. You're exposed to other people's viewpoints, and I think that's the beauty of a TED Talk. So yeah, definitely the exposure to TED Talks was my favorite part of this course. The biggest challenge of CIS 112 was definitely keeping up with all the little assignments. I would say at the beginning of the year, it would be important to write down every minor assignment that you're going to have in your agenda so that you know ahead of time, okay, this is what's due and this is when it's due and this is when I need to start doing it and everything like that. While it was a challenge to keep up with the minor assignments, I also liked the fact that CIS 112 made me complete assignments, well in advance of the due date, in that I wasn't waiting till the last second to complete assignments like it's easy to do for other courses. So while it was a challenge, I guess I enjoyed all the different minor assignments and how I needed to submit those. Also, when you're going to choose your service learning project, it can kind of be a challenge to see which one is going to be best for you. I would definitely recommend calling the service organizations and seeing what they're all about before you commit to one. The Carnegie Center for Literacy and Learning description sounded great at the beginning of the course, and while I did enjoy my time working there, it's definitely a bigger time commitment than some of the other organizations like God's Pantry. I know you can just go in like a couple Saturdays and knock it out, but the Carnegie Center was definitely like a weekly commitment, and like I said, I enjoyed it, but it can be a challenge to go every single week to finish up those service hours. So what can students do to be particularly successful in this course? Like I said, write everything down at the beginning of the semester of what's going to be due and when it's going to be due. Also use the MC3 lab and the Presentation U lab. I was kind of apprehensive about using these resources at the beginning of the year, but after using the MC3 lab and seeing how helpful the people were there, it made me use them probably 5 times after that. I really, really like the MC3 lab and Presentation U, and I'll definitely be using them in the future while I'm at UK. Also, for your TED Talk, practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect. That's not just a cliche. People say it for a reason. And while you might not even want to practice your speech in front of your roommates out of, fear or embarrassment, I would say that practicing in front of my roommates definitely prepared me much better for my TED Talk. So I would recommend doing that, future students to do that. Also, pay special attention to the rubrics underneath the submission links on Blackboard for any assignment. I feel like the rubrics outlined exactly what the instructor was looking for more than the assignments like the syllabus did. So pay special attention to the rubrics. And also my last suggestion would be to participate in class. In the syllabus, it does say that you need to participate in class in order to receive some points. I guess I just didn't realize how many points that was. But at the end of the semester, you have 50 participation points, and I think I got just over 40 of them, probably because I was on my phone during class a couple days. While I didn't miss any days in the class, maybe I wasn't as actively participating as I could have, which, ends up hurting your grades. So I would definitely recommend doing that to future students. So big picture lessons that I'm going to take away from this course. One is that, while we can sit in a classroom all day and learn about things, taking it to volunteer organizations or your workplace is very, very important. That's the whole reason why we're taking these courses to begin with. So being a part of the Carnegie Center this semester really showed me what the reason is why I'm taking a communications course, is to interact with people effectively. And that's definitely the biggest lesson that I'm taking away from this course. Also, I really learned what it means to be an effective speaker. It's not just necessarily getting up on stage and speaking without your voice shaking. It's being confident, it's being knowledgeable, it's looking comfortable on stage. And I didn't realize how much your visual presentation really says about you as a speaker. It's very important to make sure that your presentation, your visual presentation, is professional and concise and not distracting to the audience. So that's another big picture lesson I'm going to take away for any future presentations I have to give in college or even, later on when I'm working somewhere. So those were my big picture lessons from CIS 112. I really enjoyed the course, and I would definitely recommend it to future students. But this is Maddie Shore, signing off.